Today I wanted to talk about choices for minor scales over a one chord. So when you have a one chord on a standard or original composition, for instance, So What or Impressions, where the resolution chord is a one chord, you have a variety of interesting scales to choose from other than Dorian, which would be your primary scale. Other standard examples would be songs like Softly as in a Morning Sunrise, Alone Together, or any other types of tunes that have a minor resolution point, and that minor chord is considered a one chord as opposed to a two chord in a 2-5-1. As far as using this over a two chord in a 2-5-1, these scales are also options for playing a little bit outside of the normal harmony. Let's look at some of these different scales. There's 4 that I really enjoy using, and there's a bunch of others such as Aeolian minor, Harmonic minor, and some synthetic scales as well. But these are the 4 that I often choose. So I'm going to go over these 4, which are my favorites. So when we look at the chord D minor, we'll just look at the triad. We have 1, 3, 5, 1, just the minor chord. And often these 1 chords are minor 6 chords, so they would include the 13 or the 6. In this case, that would be a B natural. I'll play this D minor 6 voicing and play the 4 different scales that I enjoy. The first choice is Dorian, which 80% of the time I'm using this scale. The second choice is Melodic minor, which might be one of the most common choices for a 1 minor chord. It implies a major 7, so a minor major 7 sound. When we just have a minor 6 voicing, since there's no major 7 or 7 present, we can use this scale very easily. So a lot of interesting melodies can come from this minor major 7 sound or melodic minor sound. And in that melody, I just used a passing flat 9. The third scale I really like is a mode of harmonic minor, but it's not the scale based on D. It's a scale based on A. So A harmonic minor starting on D. In other words, the 4th mode of A harmonic minor. This gives you a minor 7 with a sharp 11. last scale is a mode of harmonic major. It's the same mode. It's the fourth mode of harmonic major. So over D minor 6, we're playing a harmonic major, fourth mode, which gives us a D minor with a sharp 11 and a major 7. So kind of a combination of the second and third scale. This is probably the most interesting sound of the four because it's the most colorful, sharp 11 and major 7. So these are my favorite four scales for minor 1 chords. And obviously there's a lot of other options. If you have some interesting alternative scales to use over a minor 1 chord, please leave that in the comments so other people can learn from it. Let's look at some of the concepts you can take away from these scales. Let's first look at this Dorian scale. There's a couple tetrads or 4-note sets from the Dorian scale that I think are nice to use. Let's look at some of those. The D minor triad with the added 11. I really like this group of notes as it's very reminiscent of a pentatonic, a minor pentatonic, but leaving out the 7th makes it a little bit more malleable in terms of its use in various harmonic settings. So the D minor add 11 sound, also the D minor add 9 sound. So just the minor triad with the added 9. Another interesting 4-note set from this Dorian scale is just the minor 6 sound. So the minor triad with the added 6, which is also a B half diminished 7th chord in inversion. This is a great tetrad which I cover in other videos. It has a lot of different harmonic contexts that it can be used within. Another nice tetrad is built off the 5th degree. So the A minor triad with either the added 9 or the added 11. So A minor 9 or A minor 11 over D minor 6. So that's A minor add 9. Or A minor 11 over D minor 6. And then lastly, we'll talk about triad pairs. Any adjacent triad from the scale can be used as a triad pair. We hear this in Benny Golson's solo on Blues and the Abstract Truth. Two other adjacent triads from the scale would be E minor and F major. E minor, F, E minor, F, E minor, F, E minor. We also have F and G, F major triad and G major triad from the Dorian scale. F, G, F, G. And lastly, the G major and A minor triad. A minor, G, A minor. So those are some triad pairs and tetrads that you can use to isolate notes from the Dorian scale to create an interesting restrictive environment to help you improvise new ideas in the moment without being entirely dependent on language or licks, or as an alternative to audiation or playing exactly what you hear. This is more of a harmonic way of playing, thinking of rhythm filtered through harmony, and the ear is used slightly different than when we play exactly what we hear or we audiate single note melodies. The next scale is the melodic minor scale. Again, this gives us the major 7 on the minor 6 chord. Some of the tetrads I like from this note set are the F major 7 sharp 5 tetrad, It's a really nice group of notes that works on all the modes of melodic minor. Another nice tetrad is the A major triad with the added 9. Another tetrad I enjoy using from the scale is a G7 flat 5 tetrad. I call this a monk tetrad. It's a really nice tetrad. These common tone notes, 1, 3, sharp 11, and flat 7, can be found in the whole tone scale, the Lydian dominant scale, and the alter dominant scale. So it becomes a very good sort of blanket dominant tetrad that I think is very valuable. Let's look at some of the triad pairs from this scale. So some of the adjacent triads I like are E minor and F augmented. F augmented, E minor, F augmented, E minor, F augmented, E minor, etc. Those are nice triad pairs. We also have the F augmented and the G major triad. G, F augmented, G, F augmented. And then we have the G triad and the A triad, just major triads, a whole step apart, built off the 4th and 5th degree of the scale. G, A, G, A, G, A. This next scale is the 4th mode of harmonic minor. It creates a Dorian sharp 11 sort of scale. Sounds like this over the D minor 6. It's a cool scale that some of the elements of the blues scale are inside this scale. But not the natural 11. There's a lot of 4-note structures or tetrads from this scale that are fun and useful to look at. The first one is the D minor triad with the added sharp 11. The second tetrad I really like is the F minor with the sharp 11. Another one is just an F minor major 7. You also have an E major triad with an added flat 9. We also have the E triad with the added natural 11. We also have an A minor major 7. And then when we look at some of the adjacent triads or triad pairs that are possible, we have the D minor and the C augmented. C augmented. D minor, C augmented, D minor, C augmented. Other adjacent triads are the E and the F triad. E, F, E, F, E, F, E, F. Our last scale, and arguably the most interesting, is the 4th mode of the harmonic major scale. So in this case, over D minor 6, we're using the 4th mode of A harmonic major. This gives a minor sound with a sharp 11 and a major 7. Really great sound. One of the nice tetrads is the F augmented with an added sharp 9. also have a C sharp major triad with an added sharp 9. And we have just a C sharp 7 tetrad. The triad pair that I like to use for this is the E major triad and the F augmented triad. E triad, F augmented, E, F augmented, E, F augmented. So there you have 4 different really nice scales to use over a 1 minor chord. I hope you found this video informative. My name is Matt Otto. I'm a tenured professor at Kansas University. Please leave a comment, and I appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next one.